Passion Church, how you guys doing today? Man, it is so good to see you all today. I've got to say, this week, you're a lot more clear-eyed than you were last week. We had people walking in last week like, where am I, bro? Right? So time changes, they get us all that way. How many of you guys have ever come off a vacation and felt like you were ready to take on the world? You were rested, you were rejuvenated, you were excited, and you were ready to go. How many, yeah, no, nobody ever, right? Like you come off the vacation, you want to go back on the vacation? All God's people said? Amen, right? And so last week, I got the privilege to go on a 5-day cruise with my lovely bride and one of my daughters, and it was great, right? Like we had a wonderful time, and by the end of it, I felt like I was ready to conquer the world. Now, I'll let you guys in on a secret. I love what I do. Right? Like I love you guys. I love this church. I love the things I do. I love my life. Like I just feel incredibly blessed. And so when I got off the boat on Friday afternoon, I was like, yes, like we're good. We're good to go. And then I got my cell phone service back. And the phone started doing this ding, ding. Before long, it sounded like I'd won the jackpot on the boat. Ding, 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 ding. You know, and about the time I got back, we had a good day Sunday. It was the time change. Nobody likes the time change. They keep saying they're going to do away with it, and they just keep it going for whatever god-awful reason. And then Monday. Monday, I got up at 4 a.m. Has anybody else ever gotten up at 4 a.m.? Yeah, it's awful. We'll pray for you guys, right? So about 8 p.m. that night, I was exhausted. 9 p.m., I was getting ready to put the kids to bed. 10 p.m., the kids were actually to bed, right? Then at about 11, I got in my bed, and I was looking forward to it, right? Like I was walking. It's like a person dying in the desert of thirst, walking towards an oasis of water is how I felt walking towards my bed. I mean, I was like rubbing my hands. I was excited. I was going to hit that pillow, and it wasn't going to know what hit it because I was going to snore so loud I would reverberate the foundations of the world, right? Like it was going to be fantastic. And of course, as soon as I laid down, every single detail of the day just kept playing over and over and over in my mind. And for hours, I sat there counting sheep, taking beer bottles off the wall. If you don't know that song, ask your parent or your grandparent, they'll tell you, right? Like doing every trick I can to finally put myself to sleep, and nothing was working. But hours later, I was sitting there, and it was like God sent serenity and peace. Like a little dove floated down and landed on my shoulder. My pillow was just right. Like Michelle was cuddled up into my side and she was snoozing. It sounded really cute and angelic like this. All right. and it was perfect, right? Like I can say that because there's like 200 witnesses in here. You keep me safe, right? It was perfect. And right as I felt myself getting ready to drift off to sleep, heavenly, blissful sleep, I heard it. It went like this. Daddy. Daddy. Michelle just snorted because she knows it's true. And it got louder and louder, and I thought, surely if I ignore it, the devil will go away, right? Like, Daddy. So it got bad enough that I got out of bed. This is at about 2 a.m., right? I mean, so close to sleep. Walk in, and Jet had a nosebleed, right? Well, it was not just like a nosebleed. It looked like somebody had chopped his nose off. I mean, he had blood everywhere. It was on his sheets. It was on his pillow. His sister was so distressed. She got out of her bed, tried to comfort her brother. It was on Violet, right? Like, I mean, it was everywhere, right? So we turn on the lights. We get them in the shower. And I'm just thinking, I just want to go to bed. Izzy peeked herself outside the doors like, did somebody die, bro? I'm like, they might, right? And about an hour and a half later, roughly 3:30 a.m., laying back in bed. The kids are back asleep. I've got to get up at 4:30. I need that 45-minute nap, so help me God. And then I hear it again. Daddy! Have y'all ever been there? You ever been there in life? And think, no matter how true it is, you think, like, Lord, help me. I just don't know if I can do this anymore. And sometimes we get to that spot for humorous reasons. Sometimes we get to that spot for things like parenthood, for things that we love, for issues and situations that aren't really life-threatening or life-altering or that aren't going to really bring us to our knees, but we still get exhausted enough and tired enough and overwhelmed enough and with enough anxiety that we just think, God, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Maybe for you, it's finances. There's something in your life with your finances that you've been dealing with and struggling with for years or months or weeks or whatever that is, and you think, God, I just can't do it anymore. Maybe it's a health battle. It's something that you've been fighting for day after day after day, and you're just getting tired. Perhaps it's anxiety. Maybe it's your marriage. Perhaps you have toddlers. And you're like, God, I need strength. But whatever that scenario is for you, if we're honest, all of us have been to that position in life where we think, God, I just can't do this anymore. And if you're here and you're in that spot and you think you're alone, I want you to know to look around you because you are in great company, because I may not know everybody's life circumstances in here, but I can tell you this for a fact. Each and every one of us, both here in person and watching online later, need something from God. We need something from God. We need his salvation. We need his grace. We need his healing power. We need his focus. We need his direction. We need his love and his comfort. We need his companionship. We need his friendship, his sovereignty. We need something from God, every single one of us. And that need changes at different points in your life, but it doesn't negate the fact that on our own, throughout life, many times we will find that we are not enough. But God is. And so I want to invite you this morning to look at this sermon through the lens of what you need from God, because your greatest need becomes a gift when it drives you to depend on God. Or let me say it this way. Your greatest need can become your biggest gift if it drives you to depend on God. Those circumstances in your life, that hard time, those mountains and giants that you have to face and to climb and to overcome in order to go forward in life, that relationship that's crumbling, that health problem that's making you struggle, the finances that don't get right, the anxiety that drives you day in and day out, those things, when they drive you to depend on God, they are not a prison but can be a platform to further your relationship with him.